Okay, we got Unity installed, and we're going to add a terrain into our scene view so that we have some land to walk around on in 3D. But let's see, how do we do that? First of all, here's a scene window. There's nothing in the scene yet except a camera and a directional light. Okay, that's what's in the scene by default. What I'm going to do is in the hierarchy window, click on Untitled and go to Game Object and 3D Object and Terrain. Boom. Hey, there it is. I was like wondering what was taking it a while. There's a terrain right there. Now, I'm seeing like the corner over here, and I kind of want to see the whole terrain. So what I could do is I could click on this hand and just drag it up a little. No, that's not working. Let's do the zoom out first. Wow, look how big it is. The terrain is huge. All right, now I'm kind of seeing everything. Now I'm going to drag it up with the hand icon. Now I kind of want to tilt it so I can look straight down at it. I'm going to hold the mouse. I'm going to hold the Alt key and the left mouse button, and now I could tilt the view. I'm kind of looking at it straight down. Now with the hierarchy terrain selected, I see in the inspector window the properties for the terrain, and here's where I have my terrain editing tools. This one here is to raise or lower the terrain, and I could pick any brush I want. The brush is the shape that I'm going to be drawing with. Okay, that's the shape I'm going to be drawing with. And then over here there's a brush size to control the size of the brush, and the opacity to control like how hard the brush is going to draw on the terrain. Now since I have the raise lower terrain button selected, I use my mouse on the terrain. It's going to raise if I hold with the mouse, and if I hold, is it shift or alt? No, shift. And if I hold shift, it'll lower something that I raised. So now let me just play around with that a little bit, and I'm going to make some height here with the buttons. Okay, and I'm going to pick different brushes to see what they look like. And maybe this big fat one over here. I'm just going to raise this whole part up. Boom. That's the raise and the lower. And let me just say, if I wanted to make a little road that goes through these mountains over here, I'll hold the shift button and bam, I'll just start digging a hole in there. Or it could be a river, who knows. There's another second button here. If you click it, it's painting to a certain height. So that means with the first button, it just would keep going up and up and up. With paint to a certain height, it flattens something out to a certain height, and I can say what height that is here. So by default, it's 40. Let's see what that looks like. You see it goes up, and then it kind of plateaus off, flattens out at 40. And maybe I'd want to do that if I want to raise my terrain to a certain height and then dig out some rivers or something like that afterward. And I can change the height to maybe 10. Let me see what that looks like. 10. And then if I'm too far away, I could just use the mouse wheel to zoom and the hand to drag it up a little. And the mouse wheel to zoom so I could see better what it looks like. So this is how you raise and lower the terrain. There's one more button here for raising and lowering. It's called the smooth. And that's, say, for an area here where it's like kind of really bumpy and I want to smooth it out. So I press the smooth height. There's again the brush size and the strength of the smooth. But this is what it looks like if I run my brush over these bumpy areas. I could smooth them out and make them look less prickly. And if I put the opacity higher, it could smooth them out. It almost makes it look like it's melting. See, for example, these rocks over here, smooth them out, make it look like it's bumpy, make it look maybe like it's snow on it. Okay, So those are the first three buttons for editing the terrain.